Hi, Chem Team. We've learned these past couple of days that you can change the phase of a substance either by changing the temperature of its molecules, that is, how fast the molecules are moving, or by changing the pressure that's exerted on those molecules, how closely those molecules are forced together. Now, to keep track of the phase that a substance will be in at any given set of conditions, scientists will use something called a phase diagram, which is a diagram that shows the different phases of a substance. So for instance, the phase diagram of the substance water shows the phases that water will be in at all of the different temperatures and pressures that chemists might subject the water molecules to. So you can see at really high pressures, where there's a lot of pressure being exerted on the molecules, and at really low temperatures, where the molecules are not moving around very much, water tends to be a solid. And at really high temperatures and high pressures, water tends to be a liquid. Whereas at really high temperatures and low pressures, water tends to be a gas. And that kind of makes sense. The molecules are moving at a very high speed or high temperature, and there isn't a lot of force pushing the molecules together. Now, what's interesting is how you can use this diagram to predict phase changes before they occur. Take, for instance, water at 1 atmosphere of pressure, just standard pressure, and at 25 degrees Celsius, standard temperature. Water at this temperature and this pressure would be a liquid. You can see it's in the liquid section of the phase diagram. However, if a chemist were to increase the temperature, let's say to 150 degrees Celsius, we could see then on this diagram the conditions have changed from liquid conditions to conditions in which water would now be a gas. And last, we could classify this type of change as vaporizing or boiling because the water moved from the liquid to the gas phase. And that's it. At this point, you guys have a couple of questions. We'll see you in class tomorrow.